Hello and welcome to episode 2 of A Deeper Dive with Daily Walk Devotion. My name is Chuck Musselwhite. I'm lead pastor of the Village Chapel in California and also the author of the Daily Walk Devotion. I would really appreciate it if you would take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It'll help our ministry become more noticed on YouTube, but also in other places as well. So if you could take a moment, I would really appreciate that. This morning, or today, I want to read to you from Genesis chapter 41, and I'm going to start in verse 38. And it goes off, and Pharaoh said to his servants, "Can we find a man like this, in whom is the Spirit of God?" Then Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Since God has shown you all this, there is none so discerning and wise as you are. You shall be over my house, and all my people shall order themselves as you command. Only as regards the throne will I be greater than you." Now, this is the story of Joseph. And we're literally at the point where he's becoming the prime minister of Egypt. And God has trained him for this moment. I think of the book Esther, where it's for such a time as this. Literally, everything that Joseph has been through has prepared him for this moment. But what's amazing is not so much that Joseph was ready for this moment, but what he went through and how he acted as he went through a non-traditional and totally unprepared path. And what I mean by that is that here he was, the favored son of Joseph, and he tells his brothers this dream that God gives him, that they're one day they're going to bow down to him, and they get all upset. His father chastises him. His brothers literally sell him into slavery, and then he goes through a path of being a slave, then a prisoner, and now he is the prime minister. But what was true through every single stage was the fact is that Joseph was who he was supposed to be, and he did what he was supposed to do in those stages. When he was a slave in Potiphar's house, he started at the bottom, and he worked hard, and he did what was given to him, and God's favor was upon him, and he rose through the rank of Potiphar's house to basically being over Potiphar's house, and only Potiphar was above him. And Potiphar was blessed because of the work that Joseph had did, and his house prospered. And Potiphar saw that. But then unfortunate circumstances had. Potiphar's wife came after Joseph and accused him of him going after her, and so he became a prisoner. And here's Joseph. I still can't believe that Potiphar didn't have discernment to go, wait a second, this is not the Joseph I know. But he threw him in prison. And for years, we don't know how long, but Joseph was in prison. And while he was there, he became so trusted that he became the prison warden's assistant. And the warden trusted Joseph with everything. And so the key here is that Joseph did what he was supposed to do no matter where he was at. And he trusted that God had his life in his hands, and that as long as he did what he was supposed to, God was going to take care of everything else. He may have not have completely understood what was going on, and he may even got impatient with the process or the timing. But you know what? We never see that in Scripture. We see a righteous man who always did the right thing, and God's hand was upon him. And now as he's becoming the prime minister of Egypt, God has prepared him for this moment because the famine is coming upon the land of Egypt, and Joseph's organizational skills are going to lead him to the point where he can lead not only Egypt but the world through that 7 years of famine. And there's a lot of great principles that we can learn from Joseph here. First of all, no matter where you're at, as a believer in Jesus Christ, do what you've been given to do, and just do it well. And trust that the Lord's hand is going to be upon you. Now, things may not go well. There may be coworkers that don't like you. There may be, unforeseen circumstances that cause some setbacks. But you know what? That was the case with Joseph. Joseph should have inherited everything his father had, but instead he took a different route. And you know what? You may not be on the path that you thought your life was going to take, but God knows what path you're on. He knows exactly where you're at, and He's using you for His purposes where you're at right now. And so I just want to encourage you. You may seem discouraged. You may seem, or you may just feel like things aren't following your way. But you know what? If you're being faithful in where you're at right now, God's hand will be upon you, and He will take care of you. We see that in Scripture time and time again. And so I just want to challenge you this morning, this evening, whenever you watch this video, that no matter where you're going, God knows where you're at. And if you are following Him, His hand is going to be upon you. And so glorify Him through your actions, glorify Him through your words, through your work, and watch as He accomplishes His purposes through you. God bless. Have a wonderful day. And remember, please like and subscribe this video.